It's safe, it's comfortable, it's fairly efficient, and the price tag is, in today's day, is actually very good. Going into the turn, great stability. Actually, there's very minimal body roll for this kind of truck. Very good. Three, two, one, let's go. I have a feeling we'll do better this time. Yeah, see, it's doing like this auto steer. Hello there everyone, welcome back to DM Car Reviews. On today's episode we are driving the 2025 Audi Q7 45 TFSI Quattro. This is the 2.0T version. I want to say a huge thank you to Brian over at Audi Bethesda in Bethesda, Maryland for providing me this car. If you're looking to buy a new or pre-owned Audi, make sure to check out their dealership and the cars that they have in stock, because really they have an incredible customer experience and the car shopping experience. One of the best Audi dealers in the States. So if you're looking for a great deal, make sure to reach out to Brian. But let's get her fired up. And before we go outside, let's look at the window sticker real quick. This is the black on black Q7. Its MSRP is $70,200 before any discounts or incentives. This car was assembled in Bratislava, Slovakia. For all of you that remember Hostel, the movie Hostel, you'll know what that city is. Good movie, by the way. I definitely suggest for all of you horror thriller enthusiasts to check it out. So this specific Audi comes with a Premium Plus package, the Bang & Olufsen, all-season run flat tires, 360 camera, black optics package, that's a must-have. And this one actually is the upgraded 21 inch rims with the all-season tires. 26, 22, decent gas mileage for this kind of size. But let's go take a look outside of this Audi. The Q7 was really Audi's first major entry into the SUV market. I believe the very first Q7 came out in somewhere around like 2006. It came in all sorts of engines. We had the 3.2, the 4.2, we had the V8 TDI, and also the V10 TDI. No, sorry, the V12 TDI, I believe. But that was for Europe. And it pumps out 261 horsepower and 273 feet-pound of torque. Whereas the 3.0T pumps out 335 horsepower and 369 feet-pound of torque, which is definitely a bigger number. But in today's test drive, we're gonna find out, do you really need to go through it for the 3.0T for a car like this? Now, all the materials here are very soft to touch, quilted. You can tell that everything here is top-notch. We got good quality leather seats with a pleasant aroma. Getting in here, it kind of reminds me of the XC90 smell in a lot of ways. I'm 6'2", and there's, as you can see, like a ton of legroom for my size. We got vents all over, separate climate system in the back, pockets. And I like how Audi does their rear seats. They have a plastic cover in case the kids kick. and of course a gigantic panoramic sunroof. We got our armrest here with cup holders. It feels great to be in the back here. Let's go look at the trunk. We got a large trunk, and this also has the third row seats as well. I don't think they're really big, but the trunk is definitely usable. You can put a lot of stuff, especially if you fold the rear seats. Automatic tailgate. Also, we got a tow hitch right there. But let's look at the engine bay now. So this engine honestly is Volkswagen's and Audi's just signature engine. They use it across a lot of cars like the A4, A5, A6. It's a very reliable, good powertrain that's tunable, very easy to tune. And you can get a lot of power out of this with some proper modifications. Again, I don't think anybody would be modifying it, but if you ever decide to, you can. The black on black looks phenomenal, especially with those rims. I love it. We also have the Audi Q7 TFSI Quattro, and that's a nice touch. So let's hop in the front seat. So here we are greeted to a traditional Audi cockpit with the older layout. Ever since 2019 it has remained the same, where we can adjust here, we can adjust all our climate settings. We got our navigation system. We can do all our settings here, our driver assistance systems. We can also customize them. We got the distance warning, the blind spot, the emergency assist, exit warning. We've got our high quality 360 camera, and here this is a good quality camera. Everything here looks great. We got different perspectives of the car. We can also customize the way the camera looks here from different angles. See how we can like change the whole field of view. We got the side view. Some storage space, a wireless charging pad, adjustable armrest, and our enormous, colossal panoramic sunroof. It does take the shade a while to move back, so opening and closing it takes a while. A lighted visor. Headliner is black, soft, frameless mirror with the compass, and of course Audi's famous virtual cockpit. Now, from a lot of my other Audi videos, if you've already watched them and you've been with this channel for a while, I'm sure you're gonna see me go through some features, but it's very simple here. You got your media, your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, and the nice part about Audi's navigation is when you're searching for destinations per se, you can just use the pad here to write A, B. See how easy and intuitive this is? And this is actually one of the only systems where I really like the way the dual layout here is. We got haptic feedback, and all the buttons that we press, they make a good sound. Let's do a wiper test, horn test, and let's continue on our drive. Let's do a quick U-turn radius. The seats are comfortable, supportive, they're not tight, and I like the seating position. I can see the hood. I have good visibility around me, very wide mirrors that have a neat auto fold feature. I guess, nope, not that. Nope, I got, oh, like this. Yes, there we go. They have a cool fold to them. And I like the scent in the cabin. I know that Audi uses some kind of aroma filters for the cabin. That's why they all have this really interesting smell. I've noticed that over so many models, and including the Audi that I had. I had a 2021 S5 Sportback, and it had that distinct Audi smell. The steering wheel is thin. It's definitely much thinner than anything you'll find in the BMWs, but it has pleasant leather on top of the steering wheel. It's nice to the touch. And I also like Audi's virtual cockpit. It's super intuitive, very easy to use, and it's high quality. So right now we're heading over a very bumpy section of the road, and the suspension does a good job, even on bigger wheels, of keeping me comfortable and not really feeling any major discomfort from these bumps. The cabin is well insulated. I can't hear the outside world, but let's see how that is by the time we get to the freeway, see if that changes. Now, unlike the A4 and some other cars, this Q7 uses the 8-speed that is mated to the 2.0T. While I don't think that will affect any highway performance, I do feel like this 8-speed may be slower to react off the line than the DCT transmission that Audi uses, which is called the S-Tronic. But we will see that with our RaceBox tests. Brakes are good. They can stop this gigantic mammoth in a very short period of time, which is great. Let's check the handling. Good turn-in, a little bit of body roll, but it's to be expected. And let's go. We can hear the blow-off, like pew, pew. Now, power-wise, this is not a powerhouse. It's a heavy, big car that's being pushed by an engine that pushes an A4, so don't expect any lightning fast acceleration from this car, but it does get up to speed uphill very well. Still has power. The gas pedals here are very similar to any VW car that you will find on the market. And the cabin is also well insulated from the engine sound, so it's not loud here. There is lots of usable torque for normal driving, so it's not like you have to go in very deep. But if you want to get some bigger, like some greater acceleration, you have to go into the throttle more. You have to like dig into it to let the car know that you want to go. So cruising here at 4950, the ride is ultra plush, and I like how it's not too soft and not too firm. So it's like an ideal balance between comfort and sportiness. Like it's like a balance. Like it does feel very nimble and very responsive too on the steering, and the ride feels kind of similar to a sedan. Like it feels, I don't know, if I had to say if I close my eyes and I just had to guess what kind of car I'm in on the ride, I could possibly compare this to a regular A5. Like it feels the same in a good way. It doesn't feel like a floaty SUV. It feels like this car sits on the road. It grips into the road with its claws. And you can see that by the excellent steering response here. Audi Quattro is a very good system. And unlike many other systems, in the rain, it still provides full power outputs. Now, systems like the xDrive, Mercedes all-wheel drive, they are also phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal systems, but they work a little bit differently in the rain. And from my personal experience, I've noticed that they are a little more conservative with their power in wet weather. They don't want to like unleash the full power. They hold back just a little bit for safety purposes. But this system, the Quattro, it gives you full power. Even in the rain, it still does beautifully, and it grips, and it just goes with its full authority. Now, the one advantage that BMW system will have over this is that it's able to become a rear-wheel drive car when you're not using all-wheel drive. It senses and it just disconnects. So you have pretty much a rear-wheel drive vehicle without any drivetrain loss from the all-wheel drive. It just depends what your goals are. We're gonna put her in dynamic right now so we can get a feel. And we're gonna go take her out on the highway, see what she does. Do a merge power test. Actually, good merging power. I can't complain. It's pretty good. Oops, this is the lane keeping system interfering with our merge. See, I think this is perfect. Like this car has power. It can definitely move very well on the freeway. I'm not noticing any discomfort with its acceleration. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And we got to 60 in 8.48 seconds from idle. Let's give it a couple more shots, see if we can do any better. We'll also disable the traction system and see if we can do any better on the time. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I have a feeling we'll do better this time. 7.71. Nice. We did a better time, so 7.71. So that will be your average acceleration time on this vehicle. 7.71 seconds. And let's see what we did on our trap speed. And we did 73.6 on the trap speed. So much better result. I don't want to launch this car, like I said, because it's brand new. It's still doesn't have any miles on it. But I'm sure with launch, you can definitely shave off another almost maybe second, maybe 0.7 to almost 1 second off the time. So this does conclude our acceleration test. And now let's proceed back to the freeway and do some freeway driving. Going into the turn, great stability. Actually, there's very minimal body roll for this kind of truck. Very good. So when you're in manual mode and you, for example, floor the accelerator, the car will still downshift, regardless if you want it to or not. It will still do it. This is one difference that BMW does have with Audi, is that BMW, if you're in that gear, you're gonna stay in that gear. Now the ride on the freeway is very pleasant. It's comfortable. It's just very relaxing. I don't even want to use sport here. I just want to glide in comfort, to be honest. All the gauges are crisp and clear. Good blind spot system. And coasting here on the freeway, it's great. It's relaxing. There is minimal wind noise. I don't hear anything, to be honest, beside the truck just a little bit. And you don't feel the speed in Audis. So you can be going 80, 90, and you don't feel anything. It's a very relaxing, soothing experience. I like the ambient lighting that we have in this cabin. So another reason why it's worth getting the Q7 is of its safety. This is a very safe structure. Excellent safety ratings by both American and European independent tests. And with the safety features like automatic braking, blind spot, adaptive cruise, you can even use adaptive cruise control on long drives, which is also a very good feature. With all of that put together in one package, this is a great family vehicle. It's safe, it's comfortable, it's fairly efficient, and the price tag is, in today's day, is actually very good. But right now, I'm not going to push the car anymore. I'm going to go lighter on the throttle. We're just going to use the torque wave to build speed. I do want to demonstrate that even with this base engine, you don't need to go much on the throttle to get going, because it does perfectly fine. This is about 30%, maybe 40. As you can see, look at the weight build speed. It's so good. And now, we're just gonna casually coast. This is about 10% worth of throttle. I'm adding it a bit more, and see, already 70. You don't even need a lot of throttle here in this car to go. I love the blow-off sound. That's like pew, whenever you let off the throttle. Pew, pew. Lovely. And when you're driving this Q7, it feels like you're just in this big isolated tank. Let's set our cruise control, and let's also do our lane assist, lane guidance. Lane departure warning, press to deactivate. We're not going to deactivate. So right now it's keeping us, I believe, in the lane. Let's see, yeah, it's keeping us in the lane, asking us to hold the wheel, and it's maintaining the distance in between the vehicles. Yeah, see, it's doing like this auto steer. And once we merge into another lane, we have our speed set at 75, and now it's just going to pace with the car in front of us. And if we want to shorten the distance, we can shorten it like this with this joystick. and it will minimize the distance. Now if you want to cancel it, just pull it all the way back and you're good to go. This is about 50% on the throttle. Our distance warning comes on, and we're going to take our exit now. And that, for today, wraps up our test drive. So what can I say about the Q7? I like it. I like it a lot. It's a great, magnificent SUV with wonderful handling, grippy handling. I love how grippy it is. It just kind of sits in all these turns. It just glues to the road. I love it. Even in comfort mode, there is great response from the throttle. It may not be the most lightning fast jolting shifting setup, but it's very quick and easy to use. There's that nice pew, pew. Ride comfort is 10 out of 10. I think it's the ideal balance between comfort and stiffness. I'm glad they didn't change anything about that. And really, for this car, I mean, I didn't find myself like lusting for the V6 with this specific car. Like, it feels very good and very adequate and powerful. As you saw in my highway driving demonstration, it gets up to 70, 80, 90, like this, without even going more than half throttle on the gas. Visibility is good. Materials are all top notch, and I love this layout. Very easy to use. Definitely much more intuitive than Mercedes. So, you know, for this kind of money, you're getting a really proper car. And I personally would be plenty happy with this powertrain myself, like, actually. I mean, the V6 again is a nice offering if you want to upgrade. It will just give you an extra boost of power. But do you really need it? Like, absolutely not. This is already really good. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, and let me know what you think about this test drive in the comments below. And until next time.